Hey, what is up? It is Xantho here. It's going to be a demonstration video of basically the 30 to 40C invest level of the Facebreaker Ancestral Warchief Champion. We're going to do a normal shaper, not an uber shaper, but once again, this is like, you can honestly get this gear day one if you just heist for a little bit. It's like it's 30 to 40C. It's really cheap gear. Didn't even get my third Ancestral Warchief totem out. There we go. I hate this boss. Just goes invulnerable, reheals. The boss lasted so long that my totems ran out. So it doesn't seem that the build doesn't seem that defensive in PoE, but the insane leech rate is great. And the damage reduction from Conqueror from Champion is just immense. And we have Overleech as well, so. Oh, oops, I should probably put in Ruthless instead of Pulverize. There we go. Would have had more damage there for all those bosses. Ah, another phased boss. Amazing. Amazing RNG on the Shaper bosses. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Come on, kill it, kill it. There we go. Got it before we can go back up. All right. Oh, forgot to get my mark off. Forgot to use Poacher's Mark. Would have had a lot more DPS if I had that up. Yep. And the 6.2 million is assuming only like 6 or 7 mines down. On like pinnacle bosses, you can usually have like 15 because they'll just start with some stupid monologue. And they won't really target the mines, they'll target your totems, so you can just pretty much get all 15 mines down, which I think raises the DPS to like 8 or 9 million. So in most circumstances you can actually expect about 8 or 9 million DPS on like pinnacle bosses. Like the bosses you actually want damage against, it's about 8 or 9 million. All my, yep, got all my doors up. Like this is literally like, if you're quick about it, this is literally like day one level of gear investment. Because I usually heist for a couple hours and make like, you know, 100 and something C before I start maps. Just make life easier on myself. I mean, it's a 3-4 month league, depending on how long the league's gonna last. You don't have to be in too much of a rush. Take your time if you need. People have this concept that you need to get ahead of the economy and stuff. It's like, no, you can make, if you're good at the game, I wouldn't want to say good at the game, but if you're smart about it, you can make a lot of currency for by your own standards if you just are smart about it and invest your time into actual good money-making strategies. And you can make almost any strategy be worth it in the end if you just focus on it and optimize the hell out of it. You can do that with essences, you can do that with blight, you can do that with ultimatum, you know, simulacrum. As long as you optimize it and stick to it, you'll make money. But as I was saying, I usually heist for about a couple hours at the beginning of every league, just to get my feet under me and start maps with, you know, 100 or so C. Oh no. Am I still in the circle? I guess we'll find out. Well, that was a shaper. Not too bad. Alright. Had to cut my video there for some IRL stuff, but there's some noise in the background. But let us go to Kirak and use some influence scouting reports, see if we can get like a Conqueror map or something. Temporal chains. I don't want to do that because I don't really have good chaos res. Poison on hit. Increased damage, increased attack speed. Sure. I know that seems, oh, it's not a real, you know, thing because you're skipping mods. I'm like, with real Conqueror maps that actually drop, you can reroll them to whatever the frick you want. Let me put in Pulverize. That's level 20 Pulverize, I know. But the damage difference between 18, 19, and 20 is very minimal. So Baron mobs in particular are very dangerous because you got the mana runes, you have these except I don't have mana, so the mana runes don't degen my mana at all. They just degen my life. As you can see, like, I'm getting hit by a lot of stuff right now. Just a lot of stuff. All these projectiles. I can just stand here, you know. As long as I'm being, lucky my totems are leeching. I wouldn't run no leech maps. Like, no leech maps are very bad for your sustain. But I can just stand here, and the leech rate is so extreme because I have 5 sources of instant leech basically, and over leech because I'm reserving just above 50% mana. I mean, life technically. Sorry. So I get overleached from petrified blood basically. There's a T16 Conqueror map, and these enemies are doing basically nothing to me because I have Fortify for 20% less damage taken from hits. I have Conqueror. Conqueror is huge on totem builds, and then basically make sure not to hit enemies with anything because then you'll taunt them. A little bit, especially the enemies that are dangerous, you'll taunt them, so don't do that. Okay, let's do Baron real quick. Oh, I forgot to put in Ruthless, whatever. That wasn't too bad. Got low a little bit there before I could get my leech back up, but I got hit with some attacks, but that's because the 30% attack speed and 25% increased damage on the boss. So, but it was still fine. So, let's finish this map off. Just showing the tankiness, if you will. Like, this is a T16, and like, I am level 91, but I have 1 point left, so I'm basically level 90. But you should be able to get level 90 pretty quickly on a build that doesn't die very often and progresses to the Atlas very fast. Like, it doesn't clear very fast, but it needs hardly any gear to get going. Does a lot of damage, so you're not stuck on bosses just doing piddly little damage. And you can clear your own void stones really easily. I wouldn't say really easily, Maven and Uber Elder are still kind of hard, but by the time you actually get to them, you're going to have upgraded gear. You're going to be maybe day 2, and you're going to have upgraded gear and do more damage than you are right now. You're probably going to have, you know, Roslatha's Coil and stuff. And start using volatility support. Maybe get some violent retaliation, Forbidden Flame Jewels, which is going to up your damage a ton. Yeah, I would say the trifecta of upgrades you should look out for are Roslatha's Coil, well-rolled Roslatha's Coil, and then catalyst it with attack catalysts. So Roslatha's Coil, volatility support swapped into your main 4-link, and then violent retaliation, Forbidden Flame Jewels, because that gives you a lucky attack damage if you've blocked in the last 20 seconds. We have 50 for 44 block, so basically you've always blocked in the last 20 seconds, and it's 20 seconds. That's a long time. So basically as long as your totems last. I keep forgetting to use my Quicksilver Flask. I'd be clearing a lot faster if I use my Quicksilver Flask. And then use my Overflowing Chalice so I get more charges in my Quicksilver Flask. But yeah, the build's actually surprisingly tanky. So for what it seems like on PoE, I did add in the custom mods for I did add in the custom mods for the Conqueror nodes, but still it's a lot tankier than the EHP would indicate, because the leech and overleech are so high. So basically that's it. It's just a little demonstration of what the build can do, and T16 is on pretty light investment. So with that, I bid you adieu, and peace out, you guys.